Hi, kindergarten families. Thanks for joining me. Today, I'm going to show you how to support your child when it comes to writing. Writing is one of the most difficult skills for kindergartners, and they tend to be pretty insecure about it, and they want to look to you to give them answers and tell them how to spell words. But the goal of kindergarten writing is not perfection. It's for the kids to take risks and use the different skills that we're learning as the year progresses and be able to apply them to their writing. So really the number one rule for adults helping their students is not to tell them how to spell any of the words in their writing. And it's really fine if your child is writing letters that aren't actually in the word, is only writing beginning sounds. They're all parts of developing as a writer. What you can do to support your child as they're writing is first, have them tell you a little bit about their picture. All of our writing will start with an illustration, which we want to be as detailed as possible. And we tell the students it's to get the reader can have a picture of what you're trying to tell them, and that helps them to understand the story. If your child can tell you about their picture, you'll have an idea of what they're trying to say when they put their words down. The next thing we would do is have them count the words that they're going to write, and that's just a good way for them to think about their writing before they begin. So this is a picture of my living room. So on this story, I'm going to write, "This is my living room." Sometimes they will need help counting the words out because they sometimes tend to count by syllable instead of words. And that's an area where you can correct them or say, let's count that again. Every word gets one count. So this is my living room. And then they're going to try the writing process. So some words they may know as sight words. Sight words are the only words we do expect to be written correctly by the end of the year consistently. They're going to stretch their words out though. And if it's a newer sight word and they don't know it yet, it's okay for them to stretch it out and write the sounds they hear as they go through. So a lot of times kindergarten writing might look like this. When they find the first word, this, they can see how many syllables it is by clapping it. This. So it's a one syllable word, so they know it's a shorter word. And we'll see them stretch it out very, very slowly. So this. Okay, so for a kindergartner, they may not hear that first sound correctly and associate it with a sound that they do know, possibly a letter D. The I, s, I, s. Please do encourage them to leave a space between words. That's a difficult skill for them to learn, so that's a good one to give them a reminder about. Is a sight word, so that would be one I could write. This is my living is two syllables, so they can break that word into pieces and write it syllable by syllable. Live, you can stretch it out. Live. Live. Ing. Room. Okay, at the end of their writing, this might be something like what their writing looks like. If your kindergartner is still on the earlier side of developing writing, they may only have one letter for each word. That's perfectly fine. What you can do when their writing is done is maybe pick one word that you can help them stretch out more clearly. They can go back to that word and you could help them stretch out other parts of it underneath, or they can erase and rewrite, but circle it so that I know they had a little bit of extra help on it. You could do the same with sight words. If they've misspelled a sight word, like the word my, you could point that out to them, help them find it with their sight word cards, and you could do the same. If you circle it, then they can erase it and write it correctly. And that gives them good practice at editing their writing and remembering those sight words, but also tells me that they just needed a little bit of help on their writing. As they go through the year, they will get quicker with knowing the sight words. You'll see more sounds and combinations coming through for them. But as they go through, the rule will stay the same. If they ask you for help, encourage them to do it on their own and take their risks. And that's another way that you can help your kindergartner to learn, work, and grow. Thanks.